Right, hello. I was hoping to be streaming a bit earlier, but ended up getting stuck doing some admin stuff. Realised that splitting the YouTube video, the live stream from yesterday, is such a nightmare. So I might do the plan today is to do more Godot development, and then try out the Knights in Tight Spaces game demo. But what we're going to do differently from what we did with the Blueprints one yesterday is set up a separate stream in YouTube for the gameplay. So when we're wrapping up on the game dev side of it, we'll transfer YouTube over to the separate game dev live stream. I don't think I can raid. I think you need to have like a certain number of followers first before that option unlocks on YouTube. But I can just put in... There's no option here, is there? Share, live stream marker, highlight. No. So I think on OBS I can just start streaming to the new event, and I think I should be able to share a link to it before we do that, but we'll see. So we were playing around a bit with having a mock server yesterday. Didn't really do a lot of the game dev stuff because wasn't quite focused enough to get into the details, but we started looking at potentially running a scene that's going to act as our server and communicate to our client game to tell it what each step of the game is doing. So it's going to be a bit confusing, I think, but we'll have a look at that in a little bit. So yeah, where we got up to, we started doing, if I spin up the game, we started having it so that we place our units in and we connect to the server, which obviously at the moment there's not going to be any delay or anything like that. And actually when it comes to it, once you're on the scene, you're probably already going to be connected to the server. But it's saying like it's player one's turn. Player one is the guest in this case because it's randomized it. So if we reconnect, it's now the host is player one. And we have a move turn available, the move action to the player. So that's kind of where we got to. And we've got a state machine just running through action, results, and waiting. So we see in the logs there. So there's a few bits up and running there, but we'll come to that in a minute. As usual, we can do some dailies, mainly because I want to get them done every day. So hashtag is Wordle in 4 different directions. We've got 2 vertical words and 2 horizontal words. You're given all the letters, but you just have to swap them into the right places, and you've got 12 swaps available. So green letters are in the correct place. Yellow letters are in the correct word, but in the wrong place. And yeah. So how many vowels? We've got O, U, A, E, O, I. We've got loads of vowels, so that's not going to be a way of narrowing it down. We've got O's in both vertical words. I haven't got a lot of information here. We've got another E as well. Got a double R, 2 T's. Okay, so no R's in either of these words. So both the R's are in either the first horizontal or the first vertical. Oh yeah, I forgot we've got to shuffle our playlist. Hopefully it doesn't take 2 hours like it did yesterday. But we'll see. I've clicked shuffle already. So just then, let's see how long it takes before it loads up a new song. Oh, it's thinking about it. Pick something from Pirate Software. From Heartbound. No, it's not. It's changed again. Oh, that wasn't too long. Took ages yesterday. Right, no T's in either the first or of either of the first words, the horizontal or the vertical. So T's in both of these, R's in both of these, O's in both vertical. This B at the end, second to last on this word, is probably the biggest clue that we can work with. Hey Zimni, how's it going? I'm good, thank you. So what letter could we have after the B? Bit of a later start today for me. That's good to hear. Gonna do the daily challenges, these daily puzzles, then a little bit of game dev in Godot, and then we're going to try out what's it called? Nights in Tight Spaces, which is another Raw Fury game dev demo. So this should be quite interesting. It looks like it's a bit similar to what we're trying to make, in the fact that it's on a grid system and it's turn-based. Yeah. It does make a big difference, doesn't it? But yeah, it feels like it's grid-based and, I mean, kind of like Into the Breach. So it'll be a good one to try out, I think. I don't know how much game dev I'm going to get to, but we'll see. Right, so hashtag, what can the S end with? If it's not ending with the T, it's not doubt. It can't end with the R. If not the clock, I would have no feeling what time it is. Yeah. It's crazy how like 1 hour difference makes such change though. Can it end in an E? Can't end in another B, can it? We can't have double B. Maybe an S. It's P, D, R, O. No, I. Unlikely. Can't be T. E or the S. I think it's got to be the S, so let's swap those two. It's not the S. What letter can this word end in? Yeah, only giving us two letters to start with. I don't think there's any words that end double B that I can think of, so it's got to be the E then. Or can it be an I? No, I think it's got to be an E. Yeah, okay. Which means the A is probably where the S is now. That's where that's meant to go. So this one could be about going vertically on this side. And that's probably probe going across. So let's do that. It's not probe. Okay. So the P has got to be in either the vertical, first vertical or second horizontal. I think this second word has got to be about. Fairly sure the A is meant to be at the start there. But the S started here, so there's no point doing that swap just yet. So that put a U here. So something E, something U Can't be debut. No. BESU? No. SEB? SEBU? EBUS? Rebus? No, it can't be an R. Can it be debit? No, it can't have a D. Might have a T in it. Bets. Let's just swap these. I feel like the U has to go here, so the R is going to help us out as well. That's good. So T and I is probably swapping as well. Tribe. Tribe. That's tribe going across. No, can't have a T. Bribe. Okay, that's where the B is going. So we can swap these two, that's fine. That's going to be about, this is going to be bribe. And what does that leave? Something R, something E. We're going to have two R's in this word. And the O, right? Actually, we can see what's going. The A is going there, so the S will be here. The B is going here. Got bribe and about. And that would leave, this vertical would have to take the D, the R, and the O. So order going down there. And what does that leave across? O-R-D-E-R. The P, the S, and the T. Petus? No. Tessa? No. Seput. Setup. Setup. There we go. So D's going here, S is going where the D is, and A is going where the S is. So we could do this swap and then swap them. That's good. B and P is swapping. O and P are swapping, and then these two swap. That was a little bit trickier. Okay, and then we take those into Betweenle, which is Wordle alphabetically. We're looking for a word somewhere in all of the words lined up alphabetically, and we use these 4 words to try and make it a bit harder. So we're going to start with about, because that's nice and early. It's likely that we're looking for a word after. So what we're looking for is the word that is 28% of the way through the dictionary, if you line them all up alphabetically, below about, and then 72% of the dictionary above the end. So actually, if we used set up, then order, and then bribe last, because it's quite an early word here. So set up, and order, and then bribe. Bribe. Now we've narrowed it down, but we've made it a bit more challenging. So we're going mostly towards bribe here. It's only 30% towards. So if you split this all up, maybe between G and H. Let's try ghost. Okay, before ghost. Let's try frame. Okay, we're in the F's. Maybe fears. Gonna be very close. Okay. Let's try feral. Gonna be below, yeah. Oh, really close. 0.07. Bell. Pep. It's going to be before R because we've got an RA. There's not enough words that can start that. Can't be P. Could be felon. So about halfway between those two. Bends. That's probably a good word in between to split. It can't be the right answer because most of these don't end in S. So it's the next word alphabetically in front of fens. Fender. Fend. And probably already said what this is, but not clocked that it's the right word. So then we've got to go earlier. Fence we could do. It's got to be fence, hasn't it? Yeah. Nice. Okay, and then we'll take this word into Wordle as our first go. Did we not play yesterday? I wonder if I did it on the wrong... No. Oh, we didn't get it yesterday, did we? Okay, fence. Because it was sandy. We ran out of guesses. Okay, no letters from fence. So let's try. We can use ghost again. We've already used that today. No letters from ghost. Okay. What can we go for? Maybe like, can't you see? There's got to be... Is that a word? No. Everything I keep thinking of, I'm missing mostly the C for all of these. Let's try DA. Tramp. Well, we're probably something like this. Raid? No. Wrapped. Whaley? Don't like any of this. Let's try okay, rapid is good. That feels good. Whoa, okay, how... What? Okay, A has to be second. And there's a D somewhere. Maybe there's two A's? We've got rid of the R, so it can't be radar. Radar would be a brutal one. Double A, double R. Although those are quite common letters, but people don't tend to guess doubles. Can we start DA? DA. Dally. How about badly? Ooh, okay, we're very close. B-A-D-Y. Baddie? Could be double D. No, it can't be double D. We've already eliminated that, haven't we? Bawdy? Is that a word? I know gaudy. I don't know about bawdy. Bady? No. Babdy? No. Okay, there's no double in this then. Badge? Bavdy? Back? Bawdy? Badgedy? Bamdy? Backdy? Hey Fishy Codes, how's it going? Welcome in. It's got to be Baldy then. No? I'm missing something really obviously here. Bavdy? No. Bamdy? No. Can't be double D. This D's not in the right spot there. How am I Baldy? Like this? Is that a word? Okay. Not 100% sure on that one. What's Baldy? Oh no. Oh, I hope it's all right. Baldy. What's no, not Baldy. Something with a B. Let's see. Fishy Codes. You know it's doing some programming. Some software not playing nicely. Dealing with sexual matters in a comical way. Gaudy. I thought that was Gaudy. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that. Okay, next one is Travle. We're just doing some daily challenges. And then I'm going to be doing some Godot game dev for a little bit. And then a bit later on, we're going to try out this Nights in Tight Spaces demo. We're going to see how we get on with this. So going from Czech Republic to Papua New Guinea. Making a social media app in React Query Tailwind Node and app right backend. And it's so annoying, it won't create posts. What is in like a create API? Isn't the post isn't working properly? React Query, Tailwind Node, an app, right? Social media app is it's quite a big project to take on. Is this as a hobby or is it like for work? As things go, well, I guess should mostly be text based. I guess there's an easier way into it, but they're still quite. It seems like a big project. Right, Czech Republic to Papua New Guinea. It's probably going to go Russia-China route. So Czech Republic towards Russia. Posts are in a collection in AppWrite, and when I create a post on my front end stuff on the site, it's not making the post to the back end. Have you tried using something like Postman to just do the what's it called? Just do the request directly to your back end, and then you can see if it's an issue with the back end or the front end. Like that would be the first thing I would suggest, but you've probably already done this, I'd imagine. But oh, okay. Yeah, like break it down into smaller sections and see where it gets stopped. Because it might be a case that the request isn't even coming out of the front end, or it could be that even when the back end does get a request, it's waiting for certain authorization. Yeah, there's a program called Postman I'd recommend. This thing. Oh, cool. That's a good hobby to do for while you're at school. But yeah, it feels like that's quite a big project. But yeah, check out Postman. Oh, thanks for the follow. Basically what you can do is you set up your API call and send it directly through Postman, so you can then test if like a back-end endpoint is working. It's probably worth even doing like GET requests first and see that, although it sounds like have you got any posts coming from the back end to be displayed on the front end, if you manually put in a post in the collection, can you fetch that from the front end? That would be something to test as well. That would be a good thing to check out. Yep, right. The user isn't authorized to post. So yeah, you've probably got to supply an API key or get a token first before you can post to it. I don't really know much about. I've made a post from the back end and it does post to the front end. Okay, so your GET requests are working, but it could be not outright. Have you allowed any user to post? So user isn't authorized, but any users are allowed to post. I don't actually know app rights. Oh, helps if I spell it right. Yeah. If it's got, I wonder if it's got authorization built into it, which it might do here. It might be saying, the fact that you say like any, I didn't just sign in here. That's what? I didn't sign into anything. I don't trust that. Auth works, you're happy about that, the posts just don't. So it might be a case that you have to be logged in before it will let you post though. So it might allow any user to post, but the user has to be logged in and authorized first. Could be that. I've not signed into anything there. I don't trust this. Oh, you are already logged in. So you're looking at the REST API. In databases. Collections. Yeah, I think without knowing a bit more about what this service is doing, you store and query structured data, databases, provide high performance and scalable data. Databases API. Create document. Is this what you're doing? This kind of thing. Usually use Firebase. So if you've done a GET request to, you can retrieve your document off the database, but you can't post. Your post isn't working. Collection ID, you can make a new correction. Okay. By default, only the current user is granted all permissions. Nice, yeah, it sounds like a good project. You're going to run into issues like this that are going to be tricky to figure out what's happening. But that's where you learn the useful skills of bug fixing and testing. I think it's just a case of breaking down each of the stages. And try out try out these kind of calls and see if you can get any type of post call working, and then figure out what's letting you make the posts and what is stuff, where does it break. But yeah, without knowing a bit more about your project and looking through the code and stuff like that, unfortunately I don't know if there's much more I can do remotely, sorry. But best of luck. Hope it works out. So we're going Czech Republic to Papua New Guinea. We want to go through Russia. It's probably going to be the quickest route. We're trying to get the shortest number of border crossings is what you go for in Travle as the game. So Czech Republic, maybe Poland. And then can we go straight to Russia? I'm not sure we can. Well, we do, but we need something in between as well. So Belarus. Now we've got Russia. Now China. And then down to Laos and Thailand. And then Malaysia or Indonesia. Yeah, Malaysia first and then Indonesia. And there we go. And that was a perfect game. Got it all in the correct order. Nice. Right, on to connections. So connections, we're going for 4 groups of 4 out of this grid. Each group will be connected by some kind of theme, and they tend to do some red herrings as well in this, so won't always match up well. So spell, love, please, hold, presto, mean, thank you, Shazam, audible, abracadabra, signify, idle, suggest, have, Pandora, and cherish. I mean, those kind of all link in with spells, but I feel like that could be the red herring one. Cherish, have, hold, and what else? What can tidal be? Tidal power, tidal wave. Presto is just like hey presto, right? Is there anything else it can be? Signify and suggest. A mean, maybe? Has to be four words in a group. Signify. Pandora. Pandora's just... Pandora could be like... What? It's the planet in Avatar. It's Pandora's box. There's also Pandora jewelry. Love, cherish. I'm not sure signifier I'd put in with that. Audible. What else is audible going to be with? Audible, tidal, Shazam, and Pandora is, I'm going to guess. But these are all music apps. And if it's not Pandora, then it's Presto. But I do vaguely think that Pandora is one. I know Tidal definitely is. Shazam lets you look up music. Tidal's definitely a music thing. And Audible's obviously the audiobooks kind of stuff. So I'm going to go for them. Audio apps. Nice. Okay. So... Presto. Mean. Mean and signify. What does it mean? What does it signify? What does it suggest? Love, cherish, have, hold. That sounds good, actually. This is like wedding vows. To having to hold for this day forward, etc. Yeah, there you go. Very good, thank you. So suggest, mean, signify. Presto. Abracadabra, thank you, and please. Kind of feel like they fit together. Let's try it. Magic words. Okay. So suggest mean, signify and spell. It's like meaning, indicate. Nice, not too bad. Thanks for the little clues. Okay, 2 more. Oh no, 3 more. We've got word salads, strands, and then the mini. So word salads is you're given a theme, which in this case is set, and we're looking for all of these answers in the grid, and we can go, you can cross over yourself, you can go in any direction you want, and this is how many letters in each answer, and all of these are in alphabetical order. So set forth, set off, set sail, set going, no, set, we got ing here, which we're probably going to use a couple of times. Set tail, set ends, set ending, set rail, set trail, set what? Set off, set going, set on, set on stage, no, set on, set straight, okay, so alphabetically we're before S and after F for these two. A 2 then a 5. Set in stone. There we go. Set design. Set stage. Set stage? No, can't get to that. The E's all the way down here. We can't reach it from the G, unfortunately. Set. So after I, but before S. A lot of options, really. Set. Last. No. Set list. Set list. 2 more. Quite near the start alphabetically. We could have another word that starts with D. Or A. Okay, so it has to start with the A or the D. Set a light. And set aside. Nice, that wasn't too bad today. 3 minutes. Okay, Strands is similar. We're given a theme and we're looking for 7 words on this grid. The only difference with Strands is I've never seen a word cross over itself like this. So most words, they can go in any kind of direction, but they'll stay in a straight line. They won't cross over. And one of the words we're looking for is called the spangram, and it has to touch 2 opposing sides of the grid. So it could be something that goes like across like this, or it could be something that goes across from top to bottom, but it doesn't have to start and end at the top and bottom. It can keep going on. So that could be a spangram, for example, if it was an actual word. And the spangram can be multiple words, whereas all the other 6 words are single words. So full fun. So something to do around autumn, maybe. Can we skate? No. Can we... Full fun. This could be things you could do while falling. Is there like trampoline somewhere here? Or bungee? I see ski, but it has to be at least 4 letters. So that's no good. No. Pulse. So we can earn hints by finding words in the grid as well. But these aren't answers to, these aren't the theme words we're looking for. But Z is going to be a weird one, isn't it? Fool fun. Pumpkin. Do we have a pumpkin here? No K. Oh, there's a K over here. Can't see how... Oh, wait. There we go. Pumpkins. There we go. Okay. So, Halloween stuff. Ghoul. Maybe ghouls? Is that ghosts? No. Apples. Is there candy? Is there sweets? Spangram's got to be something like Halloween, right? Dyers. Something day here. Got hours. We've got a maze, maybe? Yeah, okay. Can we do orchard? Cider. Like this? Nice. Great spot. Okay, so this is going to be like stir. Orchards, it should be the spangram. Oh, so I can spell it right. Oh, did I? Oh, I stopped it on the D. Yeah. Good spot. Nice. Okay, so 2 left. These are 2 separate words. So that's got to be donuts. And then what we got up here? Hay. Hay rides. I didn't think these could be 2 separate words. Nice spot there. Okay, last one is the mini, which is just a mini crossword. I'm shocked. I'm going to skip for the moment. Last multiple choice option often is normally other. Material for a mason is brick. Dye used in many South Asian wedding celebrations. Animal on a crossing sign. Maybe a deer? Isn't that something? Tagged with an @ on social media. No. Emitted light. Shine? Shone, shouldn't it be? Emitted light, I think. So I think brick is wrong. Material from mesa. Stone? That could be better. Dye used? No. Isn't that something? Gosh? Probably. Had with an atted. Tubular noodles. Penne? Oh. Almost. Keep on doing it. Wow. And backside rear. Honey's a good guess, actually, yeah. So what was it? Gasp, shocked. Yeah, henna dye. Probably should have got that. Atted is a weird word. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's a real proper word. 127's alright though. We'll take that. Right. So, Godot. What are we going to do with you today? So we started basically writing out a mock server last time. So we've done like some pseudocode of what it needs to do. I kind of feel like the best next steps would be to break out the game management into different modules. Because at the moment, I think a lot of the... I don't want to have too much functionality in each scene. Godot? What, for Godot? I feel like it's a French company, isn't it? Have I got... Let's open this window. Yeah, so I feel like Godot's got to be correct. But also, I feel like most people in the industry don't really care. Like, pronounce it however you want, but just don't... don't be annoying about correcting other people. That's the main thing. It's like getting into the GIF versus GIF argument, but I've always known it as GIF, regardless of what the creator says. Okay, so what we're going to do is try and figure out a breakdown of the controllers here. So the setup GUI, I feel like we can just get rid of that. And save that, close that. I don't mean to close the turn. That's okay as well. Play is doing pretty much nothing. Let's get rid of that. I think we need to add pause to this. I think what's gonna... Godot. That's what Google Translate says. So I don't think we're using the play scene anymore. Let's have a look. Where's our play scene? What does that look like? Oh, this is where we are placing our units, actually. So at the moment, we launch into the main menu. That takes us onto the lobby. In the lobby, we are selecting the map and the number of units. And then that takes us through into the play scene, which actually I'm going to rename as like place units. We're going to do place units. Place units. Let's do it without the space. Yeah. Okay, now what we need to do is look in our script for the lobby. Where are we doing lobby? So now this is going to be place units. And actually, this shouldn't do this either. Let's instead have a scene changer. So, new script. Is that in the scripts folder? Let's call this like scene manager. And this is just going to have a signal for change scene that is going to have a let's do this as a source scene. Going to be an ID, so an integer. Or do we do... Let's do an enum of scenes. And this is going to be main menu, lobby, place units, and let's call it the game scene. It's currently called turn, but actually game is going to be better. And it's going to be a source of type scene. And then can we do an optional here? I think we can. So destination. And what do we want to default this to? Let's default this to scenes.none. Signal parameters cannot have a default value. How do I make an optional? Let's have a look in the docs. Signal parameter. Optional. Godot. Recently made a basic function on one of my GUI scripts. It takes no arguments. It's used in a lot of places, called by a lot of different sources. How can I make a signal that uses attaches an argument? Attach it to a function that doesn't need arguments. That's quite a clever solution to it, but that's not really what we're looking for. Maybe it's not a signal anyway. I feel like this could go up to the event bus actually. And we've probably already got it on here, haven't we? This isn't going to know the scenes. I don't think I want it here either. This is the problem with this part of game development I always have is get too hung up on where's the best place to put code and how to name it and all that kind of stuff, when actually all that matters is just get the code down and get it working and then tidy it up after. So let's put it back into here. And then on ready, we're going to connect our change scene. We're going to have a function which is set new scene. Now, is it going to complain that it's getting sources in? No. Source of type scene. Should we call this scene list? I think we want to call it like this. Now the word scene looks broken to me. No, that's fine. Scene list. No, we want source destination. Now I can set this though. Scene list dot none. And we're going to keep track of the current scene with a variable. So this is going to have to be a global as well. Going to have quite a lot of things globally running. So that's okay. There's no harm in that. Where's our scene? What do we call it? Scene manager. There we go. Add that. Okay, and when we first spin up, we'll connect. We're going to set current scene should be main menu. And then we're going to have to do match current scene. And if it's, well, each of these various versions. So scene list dot main menu. We're just going to pass on each of these for the moment. Actually, we're just going to say print Scene change request from main menu to destination requested by source. So just going to do that for the moment. And then we need that for each of these. So lobby. This one is place units. Place units. Yep. And game. And I guess none, just in case it gets in that. And then can you do default? Let's have a look at the docs for match. Where's our match? It's not in there. Keywords match, C match. Here we go. Match test value, patterns block, patterns block. This pattern matches everything. It's written as a single underscore. It can be used to the equivalent of default in a switch. Okay. So underscore. Print. Scene manager. What's the function? Set new scene. Very good. While current scene not set. It's the only way we can get into this, right? Scene manager. Current scene does not match an allowed value in set new scene method. Do we need to pass? We don't need to pass in all of these. The print is actually doing something. So actually, let's get rid of all these passes. You need pass if you're not actually doing anything in the function. Okay, that's good. You can match on a dictionary as well. That's cool. Need to look at those in a bit more detail. Okay, so when we now do this, we're going to have a scene, set scene list. So if we're in the main menu, mean, we could just have like a forward and back rather than rather than a destination. This gives us more variety though, and more options. So where's our main menu? So rather than doing this ourselves, I think we do it like this. We go in here. And even in here, we do match destination. Scene list. Dot lobby. And where else can we go from main menu? Options menu isn't loading a new one, so that's not necessary. Might need an exit. And if we have a scene list.exit, we're going to do this get tree.quit. And then for anything else, we're just going to print out this similar response. Scene manager, destination does not match an allowed value from main menu. In new scene method. So we can probably load this as an error function. That might be easier. Function print error. We're going to print like this. Just got double brackets, that's why it's complaining. Destination does not match an allowed value from print destination error. And we'll copy this option here. But what we're going to do is we're going to do string. Oh no, wait, actually we're going to do from we're just going to allow this to be filled as what though? See, manage destination does not match an allowed value from source. No, current. Actually, this can just be current scene, right? But current scene is going to be a value. So how do we access this again? I can't remember how we do this. Is it in game state? Yes. So somewhere in here. Map list, map name? No, not here. Unit list is the names. Can we get... how do we get the name of the enum? I can't remember how I do that. It's got to be somewhere in this. Enums, here we go. Access values with the name.key prints 5. State.keys. I think I can just do something like scene list here. Scene list. Current scene. Does that work? Only string or string name can be used as index type. Well, it's the same as the dictionary. Let's find the dictionary. Dictionary. Where are the methods here? Find key. Let's try that. So scene list dot find key. Current scene. Go on, please let that work. Print destination error. We're just going to call that there. We shouldn't have to pass anything in. And then we're going to be doing the same thing on each of these, aren't we? But it's different functionality depending on what comes in. Let's just set it up in this, that's all fine. But there should be no allowed destination changes from none, because none shouldn't exist. And the game should just be allowed to do main menu. I think. Main menu. From the lobby, we should be able to go to place units. Place units. And exit, and also probably main menu. Actually, most places we can get, should be able to go main menu. No point if you're already there. In the lobby, yes. If you're in place units, also yes, we should be able to. Main menu, yes. Main menu, place units, exit. Place units. We can go to main menu. We can go to game. So go to game. Oh, we've already got something called game, haven't we? What does the game scene have? That's just holding the map. Does it do anything though? I don't think so. Yeah, we just need the map. We don't need the game as well, do we? So if we go back to our lobby, that doesn't have the game scene. Place units has the game scene, but I don't think we need it. No. Let's rename this to place units. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take off the game out of here, I think. We're going to add in the map instead. Okay, now if we delete this game scene, I think that's not used by anything. And then we're going to change the turn into game. It's one of the biggest issues with software projects is coming up with the right names for things. So now this is game. Right, now let's close everything. And what we need to start doing is, in our scripts here, we need to start adding a bit more management. So if we create a new folder, and this is going to be managers. So we've got our audio manager, we've got a game manager, we've got a scene manager, and that's that. So then we need a buses. So we've got our event bus, and we've got our server bus. Not sure that's worth breaking those out. So I might want to put server bus in with a server folder instead. Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to do that. So let's rename this to server. And we're going to put our mock server file in that. Right, and then we want a menus folder, which is going to be our main menu, options, settings, yeah. Pause menu. Lobby is probably a menu. I'm going to put that in there. Setup is going to be one. And this should be called setup. I think it should be. That's part of lobby, isn't it? No, setup is part of place units. Yeah, there it is. That all needs changing anyway, so I'm not going to be too fussed about that. Okay, let's run through from the start then. So in our main menu, on start pressed, we want to say scene manager dot change scene and dot emit, and what we need to send it is scene manager dot scene list main menu as our source, and the destination is going to be lobby, isn't it? I don't really like this. I feel like I want a... What would we call this? It's kind of like a reference list. I don't know what the right terminology for that is though. Let's call it refs for the moment. Don't really like this name, but that's what it's going to be. And actually this is going to be another thing that needs to be global. There's our refs. Add that. And what we're going to do with refs is anytime that we want to use an enum, we're going to have it in refs. So let's open up some scripts and we'll see what we've got. So Audio Manager doesn't have anything at the moment, does it? No. Game Manager, what do you have? Nothing. Scene Manager. Scene Manager has this. So we're going to cut it out of that. We're going to go to refs and we're going to put it here. We're not going to have anything happening here. And rather than lists, just going to call this scenes. So now we're going to have to do refs.scenes. Kind of annoying to have this everywhere, but it does mean that wherever we want to refer to a list, we only have it to update. We only have to update it in the refs script. So I feel like that's going to be better to do. Then instead of scene manager scene list, it's refs.scenes. We want to change it to lobby. And here, we want to change it to exit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say below this line, we've got error messages. And here we're going to have function exit game. At the moment we're going to do this, but most of the time we'll probably want to save some kind of local state. So this is why I'm changing it to a function rather than calling it directly. So these are all going to call func exit game now. So most of the time we're going to want to do something before we just quit the program. Okay, lobby. What do we use in here? We've got game state unit list. So game state is one that we need to look at. Let's work with that one first. So these, it's not going to like this, but I'm going to cut all of that. And in refs, we're going to have them all here. So this is going to be phases. This is going to be actions. And this is going to be units. I feel like this should make it simpler. Phases needs work, but that's fine. And obviously units are going to change completely. So this is going to be refs.phases. Right, file. Let's search finding files. Game phase. So this is now going to be refs.phases in all of these places. Okay, right, save all of those. And let's close out a load of that. We just want to keep our refs open. So if we go back to our game manager, that one was dealt with, that's fine. Scene manager, we kind of want to keep open. Menus. Right, on our lobby, draft units. This. Oh, that's what we wanted to do. We're dealing with this to do at the moment. That's good. Right, so scene manager dot change scene. We're going to pass it in refs dot scenes dot lobby is our current, it's the source. Oh, dot emit first. And we're going to refs dot scenes dot place units. And then we're not doing that. So that's that lobby updated. And that to do is done. Main menu, I think we've already done, right? Scene manager, change scenes, settings show, exit, that's fine. Pause menu. So where's pause going to be? Pause isn't going to know what the source is. So do we have to have pause as an option in here? I think we do. And that's going to be a special case to deal with. So in pause menu, we want to do scene manager dot change scene connect, no, emit. So refs dot scenes, that's not how you spell scenes, scenes dot pause. And we want to go to refs dot scenes dot main. We'll get rid of you. Now in our scene manager we need a pause one here. Wait, we don't need to care about pause. We discard the source, don't we? We just say it's who it's requested by. Actually, we don't need the new entry there. Okay, that's fine. Because pause will send this as a main menu destination request. And the scene manager will pick it up as whatever we're currently on. We're being asked to go to main menu by pause rather than... we want these as strings though. Dest equals refs, no, yeah, refs dot scenes dot get key, no, how have we done it down here? Find key. Destination. Source. Something like that, yeah. Refs dot scenes. No, scenes. Dot find key. Let's do that one first. So then this should be dest and source. And again, this can do the same. This will be debug messages. Func, print, request details. And we want to take in destination as a string and source as a string. I'm going to print out this. No, this. Request details, destination, no, dest, source. That's already better. What am I doing? No, we just do it here. Do it once. Don't need it in each of these. It's just repeated code. Cool, okay. That's tidying up a little bit there. Let's give a bit more space around that. Don't need that, don't need to know. Okay, settings menu. At the moment it's doing nothing, that's fine. Setup. What are we doing here? This we need to change. Scene manager. Change scene. Refs, scenes. Where are we? Place units. And we want to go to refs, scenes, game. Emit. Close that. Don't need that. Mock server doesn't care. Server bus doesn't care. Draft units doesn't do anything. Game. What are you doing? Are there any scene changes here? Yes, here. Wait, if we press it, if we bring up the menu on the game scene, at the moment we're just going back to the main menu, which we shouldn't be doing. This is only temporary. To do. Place this with pause menu. Scene manager, change scene, emits, refs, scenes, it's from the game, and we're going to refs, scenes, main, and let's get rid of that. Game state. Replace phases here. Probably going to have to replace the map and the unit list as well. That's okay. Game states. Refs, that's fine. They're all okay. Place units. Player pause. That's fine. Rest have got 10 state machine. That's fine. Although that's going to change. Action result. Wait. This can be phases now though. Let's just check the event bus should be here. Just check our event bus as well. That's all fine. Units. That's okay. So if we just leave this one open, which is the turn state machine, and our refs open. Okay, refs has actions. Yeah, because we're calling it phase here, and we call it actions elsewhere, so I'm glad that we're not doing it. We can have one source of truth now. Refs.actions. Okay, how much is going to be broken? So let's rebuild. There's quite a lot of changes. Let's see what happens. hopefully it should all work. Scenes change request from main menu to place units requested by lobby. Yes, it helps if our scene manager is actually updating our current scene when we change scenes. I actually think it would be better if the scenes report that they are changing as well. So if we do something like this, a scene active cool, which is just a source refs.scenes and then current scene equals source. And then in each of these scenes, so lobby, main menu, place units, game. Lobby, main menu, place units, and game. Lobby. In our ready, we can do scene manager dot scene active. No, scene active dot emit. Oh no, this is just a function, isn't it? Should it be a signal? refs.scenes.lobby. Does that re-trigger? That's the other question. Because this will be a good way of confirming that the scene has changed as well. So, lobby, main menu, place units, ready. This is place units. Actually, we want all of this. Save that. Game. What am I missing? Lobby, main menu, place units, game. Main menu, lobby, place units, game. Right, I want to do a print scene active Easier thing to do. Let's do it in the scene active function rather than doing it everywhere. Print scene active called by refs dot scenes dot find key source. Right, rebuild that. Let's see what happens now. I'm not quite going to expect this to work straight away, but we'll see what we're getting here. So, scene active called by main menu. That's when the main menu loaded, that's fine. Start pressed. Scene change request from main menu to lobby, requested by main menu, yep. Lobby ready called, yes. Scene active called by lobby, yes. Map selected, default map, lobby unit selected 0. So we change the map, that's recognized. We add a couple of units. Scene change request from main menu should be from lobby. Scene active is called by lobby. Scene active called by lobby. Oh, that shouldn't be hard coded. This needs to be this. From where's my comma? There it is. Right. Let's try again. That's not a bad bug to run into. That's okay so far. Everything else seems to be working. Scene active called by main menu. Yes. Start pressed. From main menu to lobby, requested by main menu. Lobby call. Scene active called by lobby. Yes. Add a couple of units. Scene change request from lobby to place units, requested by lobby. Scene active called by place units. Correct. Forgot why we're not centering this. This needs to be centered again. But we place our 2 units. Click confirm. And then units, place units. Scene request from place units to game. Yes. Scene active called by game. That all looks good. And now we pause. Oh wait, on our game scene at the moment we're just going back to the main menu. Scene change request from game to main menu requested by game. So that will be from game to main menu requested by pause once we implement the pause screen instead, but that's fine. Scene active called by main menu. Yep. Okay. That all seems to be correct. And now I have all of the scene changes being handled by this scene changer menu. Scene manager that's going to do all of this. And that's good because this will probably need to do something like transitions between scenes and stuff like that if we do that kind of stuff. So that's a good point to do. A quick break here. I'm going to get a drink, do a little stretch, break away from the screen for a few minutes. And we're going to do a be back soon. About 3 minutes, is it okay? And when we come back, what we're going to do... I'm feeling more focused on this, so we're going to continue doing game dev, and we'll be doing the Nights in Tight Spaces demo at the next break. I think we've got a bit more focus in us at the moment, so we'll continue on with that. All right, back in a couple of minutes. All right. Let's clear that off the screen. So I think what we can do now is it might be worth doing a little tidy up of our scenes now. So rather than having only scene folders, this will be... What do we want to call these? Maybe, do we do like screens? Let's try this. So in our screens folder, we have our game screen, we have our lobby screen, we have our main menu screen. So these are like our composite screens that are going to be the only things that we actually change between. So actually, the scene manager should only care about scenes that are in this folder. That's going to be the way that I describe what this is. So we need our place units scene, main menu, game. We got the game, yeah. Main menu, yeah. So these are the main screens that we're working with, and all the other scenes are sub menus. Why do we have a mock server? That doesn't need a node, does it? Oh, because we didn't want it loaded globally. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking the next thing to do is have something that does the layout on the screen. Because these are forced to be pixel units, right? Can Godot do percent-based units to the UI? 5 years ago, that's too old. Is there a way to snap scale by unit amount and not by percentage? No. Relative box size in UI. It's last year. Let's see. I'd like to create a relatively complex UI in Godot. I have an idea like this. Just saw absolute values in Godot, but would like the use of relative or percentage. Give it your 2 boxes and also 2 empty control nodes to act as spaces. Set everything to expand as much as they can. See this page for starters. Then set the stretch ratio of the 2 boxes. This will cause them to take up 4 times as much horizontal space as the spaces do. We want the bottom one to line up on the right. Give it its own H box and spaces with a stretch ratio. A combination of anchors and containers can be quite sufficient for GUI. It's actually one of the nicest building systems I've used, but others have already pointed you that way. Sure, anchors act as percentages. Margin is offset from anchors. To make the control wider, you make the margin nodes. Okay, anchor properties adjust where the margin distances are relative to. So it's all pixel positioning though. Yeah, you get size and do that, okay. See, this kind of thing feels like some of the settings, some of like the UI options that I think I'd like to build out as tooling. God, do I need to get into tools for this prototype game? Probably not. That's just overcomplicating it. But there's quite a lot of tools that could be very useful here. Let's just move that. Even just having a utilities class that will help me set positioning of this kind of stuff. I think that's probably something we'd look at. And then this is all the UI stuff. This will be another thing to look into fairly soon, because we'll want a UI for this. But like we probably don't need to do that until we've got an idea of what the units and the style of the game is going to be. So I think it's too early to be looking into that. Oh, that's what stretch ratio is for. So let's go back to our game scene. And here in our center container, we go to like the turn label. We expand. And this one as well. Expand. Where's expand? In control layouts. Control layout. Transform. Sizing. Expand. And then we give it more of a margin top and bottom. So like 100. That's a bit better. Okay. That's a bit of an easier way to think about it. So we might be able to, is that in our game script where we're centering the map? Yeah. Might be an idea to move this into its own function, which is just like a utilities script. That we can then call for like centering viewports and that kind of stuff. So we've got managers, menus, server. Place units is also a menu, isn't it? Okay, what are we going to do with this then? So I'm quite happy with what the scene manager's doing. So we're now looking at the game. And really it should be this game manager, right? Refs, event bus, game state, server bus, audio and scene manager. Refs might be used by everything, so we'll put refs first. Event bus, server bus. Audio manager can start early as well. Scene manager probably least. Game state's last though. So, where's our server, mock server? So how do we run, should we have a look at doing a timer? Come back to these. We'll close that, and close that. That's fine as well. Okay, Godot 4. Accurate timer. Yeah, I feel like most timer functions in most languages aren't accurate. I wouldn't have thought so. It depends on how accurate you need it though. Yeah, this will be for, I mean, I don't actually need to do this now, but if the players are going to play a timed match, so a bit like, I guess a bit like similar to like Blitz chess, where you have 5 minutes to have all of your moves. The server's going to have to time how long the player's taking. Actually, yeah, I'm not going to need to do this in Godot. But I'd assume, yeah, time is affected by time. I'd assume with most timers, they're not super accurate, are they? Or maybe they've changed this. Because this one, timers are not 100% accurate. Even in the documentation, they tell you to avoid them for precision tasks. Countdown 0, timer length 3 seconds. Countdown equals timer length. Countdown minus equals delta. So this is using the physics process. There's a slight variation, sub-millisecond. Yeah, so the thing with this, though, is based on the load of whatever processor is running this timer. Is it going to change? I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm probably going to have the server code written in some other language, which should have its own way of doing timers properly, like accurately. I don't know. It's probably not even something to worry about, to be honest. Probably only talking about like 1 or 2 milliseconds, which players won't notice, and that could be something that can be optimized in the future. Yeah, okay, ignore, I'm not going to mess around with timing. That's a an extended scope goal. Okay, so if we're not doing the timer, let's do let's ignore the bits to do with timers. Let's just do this so I can see what's happening. So those are the things we want to do. So we're already indicating turn. And then let's do signal. So I want to send an action, which is going to be player ID, which is an int, and also action type, which is going to be refs dot phases, is it? Why can I not refer to this? What do we just set it as? Where's refs? Refs.actions. No, I have renamed it properly. Good. Refs.actions. It's going to be an action. Ref.actions. And then source cell and target cell. So that's the information that is going to be required. I think. Now these are going to be vector 2i's. And then on mock server, we're going to have a function which is handle action. Right, so should we start building out this? So on ready, where do I start player? Reset room. So we want to do server bus dot action dot connect to handle action. And what are we getting again? We're getting this. Might as well just pass all of that in. That's fine. So let's have current player turn int. Player ID int. So let's maybe set. Do we use these anywhere? Oh, they're strings for host and guest. Okay. Let's do like some temp variables or something like that. Var player 1 ID. We're just going to do as an int, and it's going to be equal to just some random number. Doesn't really matter. Player 2 else if int is lowercase. Player 2 ID int, just some other random number. These are probably going to be some other type of string instead. Right, so if player ID is equal to current player so current player turn is going to be player 1 or player 2. Player 1 or player 2. . So maybe actually this should be var player IDs. And that can be a dictionary. And then can I say player IDs one, like that. We're gonna have to set up a dictionary. How do we do that again? Let's have a look here. Colon equals, okay. Okay, like that. So if player IDs, no, player ID equals player IDs current player. Print ID matches current player. Obviously this is still going to have to be done correctly. Current player turn. So it's done a lot more securely than this, but this is all mock server functionality just to help figure out what I need to do. So here we're going to have an else print player ID does not match. Expected current player. Let's do current player turn. So the mock server, it's going to have its own version of the grid. So it knows where all the units are going to be. So let's just do loads of pseudocode here because we need to figure out what we're doing. So match versus match action. Wait, first thing is confirm expected action. Confirm action is allowed. Because depending on the game setup, it might be only specific actions are allowed at certain times in the game. So then we want to say check source cell unit info controlled by active player, current player. does unit exist in cell, and is it controlled by current player? And then check confirm target cell is valid target for action specified. So does unit type, no, is unit type, is the source unit able to target using this action? Okay, if all of that is fine, then we need to determine result of action. And then we wanted to determine what each player, determine info, determine results info for each player. And then send results. And then what we're going to do is change trigger next stage, change player / change phase, so change expected action. So that all depends on what game modes we do. I mean, we're not writing a lot of code, but we're doing a lot of the design bits, I think. Let's get rid of that. Don't care about that. So where are we doing the handle move? This here, handle cell click. If unit selected, move to global position. Okay, I think what we're going to do, we're going to stop there with the game dev stuff. This next bit, I think we're going to start dismantling a lot of code and redoing it. So I'm not sure I want to get started on that just yet. So yeah, we're going to swap to the Nights in Tight Spaces demo. So there's a few things I need to sort with the streaming. So while I'm just setting that up, let me just have this showing this trailer, I guess. wonder if this counts. Does this pick up the audio? It's picking it up on this instead. So if I turn that on, I think stream should get the audio from Steam. Let's go back to this. Let me just check it. We're getting that audio as well. Yep, sounds good. Right, while I'm just changing this over. So can I get a link to this other stream? I don't know how this is going to work. So I think we're going to wrap up the game dev stream on YouTube here. Transfer over to the Nights in Tight Spaces demo stream, which I've set up in advance. And then I need to update our stream title, which I think I can just do here. Trying out the Nights in Tight Spaces demo. If I save that, does it update? I think that should have done. I've got no idea if this is going to work. Set game to Nights in Tight Spaces. Does that exist in here? Let's have a look. Go to my channel. And send that. Does that update? That looks like it did. Yeah, okay. So, and then on, sorry, 1 second. It's a bit of configuring here. Then on YouTube, if I just select